What's going on, everyone? This is the Fraser Laveay podcast. I'm your host, Fraser Laveay. New website, beta launched, faneverland.com. Fan and then everland.com. There, we'll be talking and writing sports, culture, entertainment. Still, inspiredtravelite.com exists. So check that out as well, of course, for your travel and inspiration needs. But today we're talking Fan Neverland stuff with 6 reasons why Team USA will not win a gold medal with the men's Olympic basketball team. Yes, they're a powerhouse. Yes, they're the most talented team 5 times over in the tournament. They're immaculate. Let's not get it twisted. But there's just a lot going on in the Olympic realm of basketball that I just don't think is going to work for Team USA. I'm going to go through it. I'll jump right into it. I mean, and as mentioned, Team USA are the betting favorites. They're minus 500 to win. So what that means is you can bet $100 to only win $20. I do not like that value whatsoever, where you can take a Serbia at plus 1500 or Canada at plus 1100. Love those odds much more from a value standpoint. And yeah, I mean, so Team USA should win this gold, but I'm going to bet against it. You can actually bet the field, so that means anyone else to win on FanDuel at plus 290. I'm taking that all day long. I also love watching Team USA basketball. It's like watching the Globetrotters, the dunks, the entertainment. It's incredible. But talent alone is not going to win this. And let's get into it. Here's why. Reason number one, they're not going to win the gold medal is parity in world basketball. The best player in the world is not American. The best 3 players in the world are not American. The rookie of the year and most likely going to be the best player in the world for years to come, not American. The defensive player of the year, not American. The last 2 first overall draft picks, not American. 4 of the best 5 players in the world, not American. You get it. I can keep on going. The world hasn't caught up necessarily, but it certainly has some incredible talent that never existed. And all you Jordanites, I've heard enough. This team, USA, is equal or around the same as the Dream Team. The Dream Team is overrated. Let's just say it. The Dream Team is overrated. I know it's blasphemy, but it's true. The Dream Team played nobody. Right now, you Jordanites out there, Jordan's better than LeBron. Name 3 players the Dream Team played against in the Olympics. Any Olympics. You can't. Now name 3 players that are the best players in the NBA. They're not American, as mentioned. It's wild. The best player that the Dream Team played against was the 6th man on Jordan's Bulls team. That's ridiculous. To try and compare the Dream Team and who they play back then versus who the USA team plays now is night and day. So enough. I've heard enough. The Dream Team was great, historic, had 4 of the best players of all time, the best player of all time, but enough. They played absolute scrubs, and I'm done with it. So parity in the world is just incredible. You know, you've got the Joker on Serbia. You've got Giannis on the Greece team, even though they're not going to be that good. Team Canada is filled with everyone plays in the NBA but 1 player, including arguably the second best player in the world right now. At least he was second in MVP voting. So in SGA, they've got a great team. So the USA can't mess around. They can't have little mix-ups. They can't have an off shooting night. If they don't come correct in a knockout game, they're going home. Reason number 2, FIBA has major differences from the NBA. We've seen Team USA and even Team Canada not be as dominant or live up to their talent in the FIBA game. And it's not their fault. It's just purely the courts are smaller. The 3-point line is shorter. With that muscle memory that Steph Curry has and Jamal Murray, completely different. The ball has 8 panels where the NBA ball has 12 panels. Anyone who's played any sport, especially with your hands. Changing that ball up, vastly different, especially when NBA players do this for once a month out of 4 years, if they even play every 4 years. So that's huge, especially if you're a shooter that's used the exact same ball for 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years in LeBron's case. Um, Goaltending, as many of you probably know, there's goaltending is allowed in FIBA, which you'll see, watch Team USA, they'll lose 2 to 10 points from being slow to react to the goaltending rule, where a lot of the European teams or Australia guys, they're used to swatting that off the rim or putting it back on a dunk when it should be goaltending in the NBA. So those 2 to 4, 6 points, those will matter now. Those little points didn't matter when they're blowing out teams by 30. Now in a tight game, you'll see those little mistakes, let's call them, that'll be what changes a game. I mean, yeah, so it's also much more physical. The FIBA game allows way more hand checking. It's way better to watch. Honestly, I love watching Olympic basketball or FIBA basketball. You're not seeing James Harden shoot 20 free throws a game. You're not seeing ticky-tack fouls. They even also play that soccer advantage rule a little bit, where it's like, okay, you got fouled, but you kind of had a better chance at a layup or a shot if we just let it go. So they do that. The NBA actually changed the rules this past year. If you watch the NBA, you know, where now it is actually more physical. It's gotten much better. And some people think they did that so the U.S. team would have a better shot at the Olympics and kind of prep for them. I'm happy the NBA made the change. I love watching Olympic basketball. It's way more fun to watch. So the physicality, games are shorter. In the NBA, as you know, you can watch a game in the third or fourth quarter, tune in late, and the Warriors are down 20, at least maybe not this last year's Warriors, but the Warriors down 20. You bet on them to come back because they can come back from anything. Instead of the longer halves, now there's only 10-minute halves in FIBA, which means if you're down and you don't come correct out the gates, you can all of a sudden be down 20, and it's a lot harder to get back in it. This people underestimate how changing the game by, I think it's 83%, so it's 17% less game time. You can't go on those immaculate runs that maybe you're used to come back like, oh, we're down 20, we can, plenty of time left. No, there's significantly less time to get this done. So that's a big disadvantage for the NBA as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the FIBA side. Because yeah, I mean, as I did mention, there are a lot more NBA players in the Olympics, but not nearly like Team USA or Team Canada. 70% of most non-USA or Canada teams are used to Euro League and that sort of thing, playing FIBA basketball. So write it down. Some guy you'll never have heard of will outshoot Steph Curry when Team USA potentially loses. Third reason I think Team USA is not going to win gold at the Olympics is Team USA infighting. Joel Embiid, something's wrong with this guy. What he said about LeBron was completely unnecessary, albeit it wasn't a major issue, but like, Embiid, you're already fighting for playing time against LeBron's teammate and maybe really good friend, Anthony Davis. So you're already kind of behind the 8 ball on who he wants to play with. And two, why would you say that about someone you're about to go play in the Olympics with? It makes zero sense. If you missed it, he was saying essentially LeBron's getting older. You're not as good. He's not as good as he used to be, of course. And also his physicality isn't like what it used to be, which is all true, but you don't say it. I just don't understand what possessed him to have this answer. He's also a perennial loser, Joel Embiid. He never makes it anywhere in the playoffs. He's always hurt. If he's starting, I don't know. We've already got this kind of who starts, Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid. Well, everyone's a professional, and you can even say the Ant versus the Booker. Who should start? Booker's starting a ton. And then I think he went, I think I have it here, 1 for 6 from field and 0 for 2 from three-point line for Devin Booker, yet playing more minutes than Ant. Ant's not going to like that. Ant does not like this. And sure, in front of the cameras, they've got to be, oh, we're a good team. We love everyone to eat, blah, 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 blah. But I'm sure they go back to the hotel and Ant's texting his boys like, this is bullshit. You seen this? Same thing with Anthony Davis. Anyone who's played a team sport, no, you're all friends, you're all teammates. But in a team, there's always a little bit of negativity when someone's starting over you. And here there's no clear-cut winner in this sort of stuff. Where other teams, they know who the star is. They know who's going to play. Here you've got guys that are just like egos. And ego isn't a bad thing. It's fine to have an ego. But these egos can get in the way in this sort of game. So, especially, I mean, can you imagine if LeBron missed the shot against South Sudan or the shot against Germany? People are just waiting for him to miss and say that's why he's not as good as Jordan and blah, 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 blah. And Ant should have the last shot. Curry should have the last shot. Can you imagine sports media right now if LeBron had missed any of those? He shouldn't be having the ball in his hands. He's this, he's that. So the second LeBron falters, all of the U.S. is going to attack him. Every Jordanite, every Skip Bayless of the world, he's not the guy that he was, blah, blah, blah. So let's just wait. Everything's happy and great when you're winning. When you lose, that's when the wheels fall off. So if they somehow lose a group game or a knockout game, I guess they'll be out if they lose a knockout game, but it's just not all roses. Let's say that. Reason number 4, USA won't win the gold medal. It's one and done knockout games when it gets to the knockout stage, which means anyone can win. If it was a 7-game series, I'm taking the USA with all my money. Take it all. They're going to win 4 games out of 7 against everyone all day. No question. A 1-game March Madness style where Jamal Murray gets hot, where Bogdanovich gets hot, where some guy you've never heard of gets hot, Patty Mills, someone will just catch fire and be unstoppable. Schroeder, he gets crazy. It's unreal to watch Olympic basketball and see, chaos from a guy you've never heard of just go by you. And like I said, like the time is shorter. If you don't come out of the gates, all of a sudden you're down 20. It's not easy to come back, especially with how physical it is. On defense, you can be. There's no, Steph can just get open and rain threes. No, people can just swipe at him, push him, hand check him, everything. So a 40-minute game, one and done, it's a scary proposition for any team. And as I mentioned, those players from reason 4, reason number 5, no one is more dangerous in Olympics than a mid player from another country. Dennis Schroeder, as I said, Franz Wagner, Dylan Brooks, Patty Mills, Evan Fournier, all of them will erupt for 25 points or a 15-point fourth quarter and win a game out of nowhere. It's absolutely insane. It'll be so frustrating if you're a Team USA fan to watch the team you have just get shredded by a C- player in the NBA. So keep eyes open for that. And 6 is passion and being hunted. I'm not saying Team USA doesn't have passion. Of course they do. But I liken it to the USA just has this confidence that they should have. They know they're the best players in the world. It's enormously deserved. So they have like a confident look in their eyes. They're not sweating it. They're not worried. They know they have skill. But then you go to a team like Serbia, a team like Germany. They're more like a cornered wild animal where they're going to gnaw your leg off, their leg off, do anything they can to win this game. They're going to raise to a standard they've never played before. This is life or death for them. If you watch the game in Serbia, like those highlights that Jokic used to play in where the place is just going mad and like it's like a soccer game with red flares and screaming. It is absolute chaos in these other countries. The USA cares. The USA is extremely patriotic, but it's just something different for these European countries. You're going to see guys just play out of their minds, put 100% in every single time when, LeBron may be putting in 92% and coasting to preserve energy or whatever it is. You're getting 100% from these guys. I'm sure they would gouge eyes and bite someone for a loose ball if they could. So just keep an eye on that. So that's really it. While Team USA should win the gold medal, I just think I'm shorting them with all my bets. I'm taking the field. I've taken Serbia at plus 1,400, plus 1,500. I've taken France plus 1,500. I've got another podcast coming as well as a new article up right now. Go to faneverland.com. Still beta. It's getting to look a lot prettier. FANeverland.com to see my power rankings for the Olympics men's basketball. So you 1 to 12 places, teams to bet on, bets to make, players to watch, a full little primer for men's Olympic basketball tournament, which I'm going to. I'll be there. I don't know if I'll go live, but I'll be doing some podcasting and writing. Thanks for listening. FANeverland.com. This is the Fraser Laveay podcast. Have a great day.